Hello, people. I don't have an intro, blah blah. Welcome to another episode of Iron Board. So here, I'm going to be stealing other people's ideas, but it's other people's idea. I'm more or less saying stealing other people's concepts. This time, welcome to commentary, fun, and as you know from the title, we're going to be talking about the modding community. So yeah, so we're going to be talking about Stadium. Stadium is a good mod. Yeah, but no, seriously, we're going to be talking about Fabric and Forge, and so on. So basically, there's two big mod loaders for modern versions of Minecraft: Fabric and Forge. Well, Fabric's smaller than Forge by quite a bit, but it's still the the second biggest mod loader after Forge, obviously. So Forge is pretty big. It's been around for quite a while, um, but it's got some problems. First off, really slow. Like a 200 mod pack on Forge on like 1.12, like the most optimized version possible, with like the best mod support, but that's irrelevant. It it can take around 5 to 10 minutes, even if you've got like a decent SSD. Um, whilst on Fabric, if you do the same, it usually takes about 30 seconds. That's my experience. Now, apparently on hard drives it's still really bad, like on the Fabric side, but in my experience on some relatively decent hardware, yeah, there's a massive difference. Uh, that's one reason, and also uh, the newer versions of Forge is basically not great, and like as in which doesn't run well and so on. Now I'm not going to list problems because I don't really do development, but I know it's not great. Um, and even on older versions, it's still not great because like Forge took like a really long time to update 1.13. Um, but yeah, that's what manually caused the big problem, and that's what sort of started on the fuel for Fabric. I'm not even sure if there is a 1.13 version of Fabric, but I know 100% there's one for 1.14. Um, so yeah, and another good point, okay, is well, Forge is old, and so if you guys don't know, uh, I really have this attitude of everything new. Let's try everything new. Like out with the old, go new type attitude. And I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going to apply it with this. And well, yeah, that's literally what I am uh, doing basically. Also, we want like a couple of little tweaks for Minecraft. Fabric is the better option for sure. Like, sure, Fabric's only on new versions, but it performs like it. I believe it has a couple of optimizations built in, but what's it called? So, but Forge doesn't as well. Like, not at all, which really is quite stupid, you know. Especially since it runs really badly. Now, another thing about also a lot of Forge developers are like, oh, the fabric's cool. No, Mr. Crayfish. But and it's like, why? No. Why not? No. No one uses fabric. No, you're wrong. Like, it's just stupid that. That never gets you anywhere with any of that attitude. And, yeah, I obviously won't help with that. And another thing about fabric that makes it a lot better is a lot more, the community is really nice. And, like, this, I think that's partially because of the fact that way more fabric mods are open source, so you can like mess about with code and whatever, and contribute. That's one thing that I really do think also helps. I'm assuming Fabric is open source. I don't actually know, but so also I'm not sure if I. So another reason why I prefer it is, well, it's a lot like nicer in every way possible. Now the thing is, it's not on older versions. I really do think that. No, I don't think it's a big issue. But obviously we've got to move along, get across, as I said. Um, but yeah, it that probably doesn't help when most people have like the opposite. If it's sold, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate that, by the way. But yeah, and another thing is there are some good mods out on Fabric, but the developers refuse to go on Forge because it's awful, and I don't blame them. Cough. Now, one of them is called Sodium, Lithium, and Phosphor. Now, and Hydrogen, they add that. They're all made by the same person, Jelly Squid. They're open source, all of them, But the main thing that, like, the purpose of them is optimization. And let me say this, it's way better than Optifine in that part. It blows Optifine optimization stuff out of the water, and it's insane. Like, I'm using this gameplay. This is me using sodium, lithium, and phosphor, and like all other utility mods. And look at my frame rate. This is like over 100 FPS if I'm not recording. I get a consistent 200, and this is in 4K. Don't forget, I'm recording this in 4K 60 FPS or bit stutter, but this is 4K 60 FPS, and if you want my specs, there you go. 1050 Ti, 8 gigs of RAM, by the way, i7 4790. Like, it's not powerful, but it's not low end. It's pretty decent, right? Really. And now I haven't actually tested Optifine on 1.16, but my best guess is it's nowhere near. But yeah, and also I'm also running this at maximum settings, literally everything turned up, and like the fact I'm getting all this frame rate is insane. Now, sure, Sodium only really focuses on performance for now, but there's this mod called Canvas, and it's kind of like Optifine. Now, I actually haven't used it, I might test it after this, but it's basically got all the like features of Optifine, and it's got a bit of performance. Kind of like Optifine, but made like for Fabric, um, you know, um, and it. Now the thing is, Sodium. There's a lot of mods that's incompatible with Sodium because it doesn't use the Fabric rendering API or something like that. It's like something simple like that. Now that is coming soon, but um, that is a problem right now. That's the only problem with Sodium, I want to say. But it runs really well, really well. Um, so definitely worth a try, especially if your computer's not that great. Like, uh, yeah. Now I had on my MacBook, it's like a 2011, late 2011 Core i5 MacBook, and I had like, I think it was like quite a few sends turned up, not all of them, but quite a few of sends turned up. There's like 32 chunks, smooth lighting on low, and that. I was getting a pretty consistent 60 FPS, you know. Uh, That's not bad considering it's a MacBook using integrated graphics and it's from 2011. Um, that's one thing that I really do like. Also, one thing that I've got to say that also makes Fabric like really good is because uh it like, a lot of most mods are open source. You don't really have like a disconnect between the creators. It it's just like, oh hey, it's not working. Okay, I'll fix it. Like really that simple. It's oh so nice. I love those small little details. Pretty hard to tell, but I really do love Fabric. Um, it's really worth a try. There's also OptiFabric, which is also incompatible with Stadium. It just basically does a little bit of trickery to Optifine and makes it compatible with Fabric because Optifine has no support for like native support for Fabric. Same reason, like it's just no, you know. Also, Optifine really has been having issues with like um compatibility in the recent versions. As I, I'm pretty sure it's more Fabric, Optifine developers, um, and what's it called, Forge combined. That's what it sounds like, and you know, another reason to go to Fabric. Haha. Um, but there's a lot of reasons why I think Fabric is truly probably the best thing ever. Like even Sodium, it, it's so good. Like no, let's say lithium
I
and
arranged it for
phosphor.
Sunday, but
Um,
I
li-
wasn't fit.
lithium and
Tomorrow.
phosphor are
Probably
also
Sunday
good. Like
afternoon.
that's what you should also have with Sodium. But even Sodium alone is really worth it. You know, it's really worth your time. So that's gonna be it. Do whatever. Goodbye.